Craig Shoemaker, tristatefootball.com, here at Clark Montessori with head coach Joe Berta, and Joe's in his second year after leading the Cougars to a 6-4 record in his first season. And Joe, I mean, boy, when you look at your squad for 2014, you got a lot of good things going for you.
We do, man, and we're buying into the weight room, and a lot of it stems back to the boot camp we ran last summer with a new coach coming in. Just the number of guys that had never played football and them buying in to coming to 7 a.m. and working for 2 hours. And it's really translated over to where now guys are talking about, I play football. That's what I do. I play football. I lift weights. I play football. I go to school. I love that. Now, I'll tell you, play as many sports as you want, but I'm perfectly okay with you just playing football. And the numbers continue to grow. That's a great thing at a small school, especially with it only being our sixth year as a program. When on paper you're up to about 40, 45. When the year before I took over, we finished the year at 17. So I mean, that's you're almost double in numbers if we can keep going in that direction. Keep the same guys coming back, lifting, buying in, winning the upperclassmen are selling them. I mean, we're poised for great things.
You know, one of the things people don't realize is Clark sits right off of Hyde Park, and there's a lot of competition in this area for players. You got Walnut Hills, Purcell Marion, obviously X and Moeller and Summit Country Day and Withrow right around the corner. What is the competition level like to get players to come to a school like this?
It's I mean, it's crazy, and it's not just private. Private school to me is an entity you have to deal with. They can offer things that we can't. And if it's a better school and a better situation for you, by all means, try it out. I'm not going to hold you back, but competing publicly too at the Cincinnati public level, a lot of those guys, a lot of other schools, you know, you get out, and if you don't have feeders in some of the youth programs, Evanston, Madisonville, to get kids young and get them, because Withrow and schools like that recruit, they can get people just on name alone. Clark Montessori, who are you? What league are you in? You're not even in the CMAC. You know, so I think just being a people person, I have a strong tie with the city. I've been around the city and been in the recreation organizations, and I have a strong tie with my players who then word of mouth, you know, and when you're winning games, word of mouth travels a long way in some of those programs, and people are starting to hear about us. They're starting to hear about us. But having 6, 7 direct Montessori feeder elementary schools plays a big deal in getting kids here. It's not losing kids like an Adolphus Washington, who was a Montessori kid, or a Kevin Johnson to some. You're going to lose some, but you got to try to control how many you lose and then keep them when you get them.
I'm a big believer in you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with. Your father is your defensive coordinator. Ken Miner is your offensive coordinator. These are guys who have had great success doing things their own way at the high school level. How have they been letting you be hands-on with your program?
They're always great to bounce ideas off of situations. And I tell you, as a first-year coach, I swear I went through every one of them last year. So I feel like my experience and having those guys around who have been through similar situations for me to talk to, especially if you get frustrated or you don't know how to deal with the situation, was a luxury that a lot of first-year coaches can't have. And having my dad around is awesome. I mean, it's one of the best things I could ever ask for because he knows football, but then he has a great relationship with kids. Stemming back to when he was at Turpin, I mean, we still get with people that, you know, recognize him and say thank you. And that's the kind of coach I want to be, like Ken and Bob both are. I want to be that guy 30, 35 years down the road that you can run into old players and they thank you. They may not even been any good at football, but they thank you for some of the lessons that you taught them and the direction you put them in life, to where now as a grown adult they realize, hey, you were telling the truth to me back then when I wasn't turning my homework in or whatever it might have been, and thank you for that. That's the guy I want to be. So having them come back tells me that even though they're up there a little bit, they have fun a little bit with some young guys putting some spunk in them, so they want to come back another year with me. So I'll take them. I'll take them any day of the week.
Let's talk about your offense in 2014. Quarterback returns. Xavier Ferguson looks like he could be a beast out of the backfield. What do you like about your offense? What do you need to improve on in order to get yourself into the playoffs?
Playoffs are a big goal. That's my big goal. 8 wins and playoffs. That's what we want over here. That's all we talk about. Offensively, we lose a lot of girth, man. 3 3-year starters gone. One Kentucky State, one Ohio State Honors Program. Another one hasn't made a decision yet, but that's a lot of size and experience you lose off the line. So that is definitely, a point of emphasis this offseason is filling those voids that were left by those guys. We were a big run team, like to pound up in there and then use play action to open up open up plays offensively. To me, this year, plethora of skill guys that can flat out fly. We have to get them the ball in space, get them into one-on-one matchups, get to the perimeter. I see us as more of an outside team, a quick team, and we've got to let our guys that we have make plays. Get it out there, keep them honest up the middle, but get it outside and let's see who our real playmakers are, because everybody can talk the talk, not everybody can walk the walk. So you want to walk the walk, we're going to give you the opportunity this year and make things happen. You want to be known to make things happen.
Defensively, you got some high-powered teams in this league. CHCA can put points on the board. Summit can put points on the board. That is sort of the thing. You've got to learn to stop those guys. When you look at your defense in 2014, what do you like about what's coming back, and what do you do to stop some of those high-powered teams with what you have?
Right, spread. Everybody's favorite spread this year. And it has been. We've got, I want to say 9 starters, had 8 returning starters last year, 9 coming back this year. We'll return another 9 or 10 the following year. So I think getting more comfortable. We were a 3-4 defense last year. We'll play a little 3-4, 4-2-5, multiple front defense this year. We'll be more comfortable in what we're doing. CHCA is an animal. We know who the top teams in our league are. There's no doubt about it, and we're trying to get over that hump. There's a reason there's 4 losses at the end of our name each year, 3 or 4 losses. There's 3 teams we got to beat. We know who they are, and we played right with 2 of them last year. And when you've got a couple of playmakers like Summit had that are Division I guys, 1 and 2 sports, unbelievable talents. I wish them the best of luck in the future, but we're excited you got it because we've got everybody back, and we mean business this year. We're not playing around in the weight room. We're not going to play around when the summer hurts. We're trying to get together and have some MVC strength meets. I've talked a little bit with Coach Taylor and Coach Brown at Summit CHGA about getting our guys together to compete in different events so you get a little bragging rights going in the summer, but you get out there and see a little bit else of what's going on in your league. We want to compete. We have to be a defensive team. We're a defensive team. That's what we do over here. We're tough. We're mean. We're not going to quit. We're going to play defense, and we've got to find ways to score. But I'm excited. We got guys that we're saying play 10 games. Play 10 games and then see if 11's there. Play 10. We've had guys play 3, guys sit 4, then play 6, guys sit 7, then play 3. No, everybody's playing 10, and we want to find 11. Find 11. That's the goal.
One last question before I let you go. Scheduling, non-conference, what are your views on how you guys are going to schedule? You're a Division V school. What do you want to do moving down the road as far as scheduling goes?
Plans in action. Came in tough non-league. And to me, the MVC, with it still being, you can talk private public all you want, but the MVC is a tough league. Division 5, 6, I don't care what you are. It's a tough league with a couple of these teams. So you got to bring your A game if you want to be in the upper echelon. So not only to me, you come in, this year we got Hughes, Taylor, we added Gamble, Montessori. That's our Montessori Bowl this year. We got a big trophy, sledgehammer service. We're doing a week-long community service before that. That'll be a fun one. Non-league in the future, we add Deer Park, and then we've still got a week 1 opening. It's probably going to be someone out. To me, we need to be in winnable games non-league. Winnable games non-league can open up the playoffs in league. As a Division V, very tough for us because we have a lot of boys in our school, but not a lot of boys that play football. We don't have the benefit of going out and getting guys, and we know they play football. It's kind of in-house recruiting a lot of time to fill up half your roster. But it is what it is. We're not going to make excuses over here. We're on the no excuse mentality, and so for the future, ideally we'd like to start every season 3. Who wouldn't want to start 3-0? But trying to find those right matchups and have them be at least quality games. Deer Park would be a good game for us. That's right around our level. Gamble, that'd be a good game. And we get a week 1. We're not going to play a West High or a Taft. I'm not going to play those games. We want games where our guys can get confidence, get comfortable in our system, because our league is tough enough for the level we're at.
There you go. Boy, if you don't like them, you sure should. The Clark Montessori Cougars, they're a program on the rise, and Joe Berta is a coach on the rise. I'm Greg Shoemaker for tristatefootball.com.